On the corner of Hickle Street and 3rd, there stood a sweet bakery. A warm glow shined through the windows. Smells of cake and fresh pastries wafted through the air. Everyone in town knew of Moonlight Bakery. It was only open from the evening until early in the morning. All of the nighttime critters loved to stop by and have a taste of their delicious sweets. But the real reason they would come by is because of the warm welcome they were given from the owner. Basil was a friendly little bat with a passion for making pastries. Apple fritters, blueberry tarts, strawberry cheesecake, you name it and Basil had it. Sometimes they looked too beautiful to eat, but your tummy would just beg you for a bite. He had many regulars that would visit him, and he had all of their orders ready for them when they arrived. 2 cream cheese danishes for Patrice the possum, 1 mixed berry strudel for Harold the hedgehog, an order of star sprinkle cookies for the mouse triplets, Mary, Melody, and Melinda. As the night came to a slow and the sun began to rise, Basil was cleaning the store and getting ready for the next night. He bustled around, wiping the counters, preparing dough and more ingredients for his pastries, and baked a couple more batches of star sprinkle cookies before getting ready to head home for the day. But as Basil was leaving, he heard a rustling from behind his bakery. Curious, he investigated what it might have been. In the dim light of the alley, he could make out a rather fluffy figure sifting through the trash can. He was a raccoon. His fur was dirty and the scarf he had on was tattered from overuse. It looked as though he was searching for something to eat. Basil pondered for a moment if there was something he could do. Without being noticed, he whipped around and scurried back into the store. After a few moments, Basil returned to the alley just before the raccoon left and gently tapped the stranger on his shoulder. The raccoon perked up his head as he turned to face Basil. "Hello, I had a few extra cookies and I thought you might like them." The little bat smiled as he held out a box of cookies to the raccoon. The raccoon was taken by surprise at the gesture, but gladly accepted. "Why, thank you, but you didn't have to do that for me." "No one should have to scrounge for food. I'd rather you eat something that makes you feel good." Basil patted the raccoon's shoulder. "My name is Basil, by the way. What's yours?" "Ralph. Good to meet you." His face was covered in crumbs from the cookies as he smiled at Basil. Basil felt warm inside. The feeling was similar to how he felt when he made pastries. He couldn't help but feel there was more he could do for Ralph. Another idea arose. "Hey, I could use an extra pair of hands at the bakery. Do you think you would want to help me out?" Ralph's eyes became misty and he nodded vigorously. "I would love that." On the corner of Hickle Street and 3rd, there stood a sweet bakery. Critters of all shapes and sizes would line up for all sorts of pastries to fill their bellies with. Not only did they come for the pastries, but they came because the warm greeting they were met with as they walked through the door. Except now, there was more to that greeting. "Welcome to the Moonlight Bakery,"